Okay. After a little bit of testing, I finally got this set up. It's not great, but that's something to work on for the next little bit. I figured that in the interim, where I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for the year in terms of content and actually uploading videos and whatever again, that I would record the last 8 levels of WoW Classic on the anniversary servers because I know this is going to take like 30 to 35 hours to hit max at least. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. So where am I at? So I need to buy some ultra because God knows I'm not gonna grind them out against people that have been playing. I tried to do all those quests last time and it took about, I don't know, 2 hours to get like 30k XP. Like it was rough. Um, yeah, I know I haven't uploaded in quite a while, but I figured that this would be something easy to get back into. In terms of uploading, I've been playing a lot, and I need to um, figure out what I'm doing content wise, what I'm doing job wise, especially. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So um, yeah, here we are. And if it goes well, I'd like to do other games as well, and games that I know that I will commit to. I've previously tried like Stardew and a couple other games before, and it just hasn't gone well because those are huge time commitment games. But I'm like, wow, like I'm already close to the end. I know I'm going to be committing my time and you know figuring all that out. So uh, yeah,
What's on your
it's been a
mind?
little while, but
Keep your
get
feet
to
on the ground.
have a 6 minute flight with me to go through all of it. Um, so if you've been around for a little bit, even though I have maybe 20 subscribers, if you've watched my videos before, you'll know that a lot of like my WoW stuff is no commentary and pretty varied in terms of like what I upload. But I feel like I want to change that now. Um, and finally sort of bring my voice back into videos that aren't uh, web development related, but I'm still going to be doing web stuff. I have a project again. If you follow me anywhere else, sorry, I'm under the weather right now. If you follow me anywhere else, then you'll know that I have this project called Virtual Visions, which is a um, semi social media platform. Not really, it's just a photo uploading platform where you can upload um, high quality photos of screenshots of video games, your competitive moments, your um, funny things that you find in games, or just just anything that you feel like you want to show others or contribute to our like cultural zeitgeist of video games. And that's up. It's on a temporary link. It's an open beta right now. You can actually, I'm gonna plug myself here, even though I know it's only been 3 minutes since I've started. But if you go to virtual-visions-red.vercel.app, it's the temporary link for the open beta. There's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of problems with it currently. Mobile is a joke, but I very much plan on fixing that. Um, and then my other major project for this year actually comes from my girlfriend in terms of ideas. She loves Jellycats, like the stuffed toy um, from England, and so I get her some all the time, or we look around for new ones constantly. But there's not a good central repository for Jellycats, especially in app form. So I don't know that much about app development, but I uh, plan on using stuff like Ionic and mobile tools that have been designed around web tools to create this app that allows for essentially a database of Jellycat apps or products, as well as using your phone camera to hopefully be able to scan what Jellycat you're looking at and um, it can give it back to you in terms of like what it is and the kind and to make in the year that it came out and all that stuff through deep learning. But those are the two sort of major projects for my year. Um, in terms of uploading to YouTube, I hope to document the Jellycat stuff. Virtual Visions being in open beta, the core functionality is pretty much done. So there's not much that I could go back through and upload. It'll just be a lot of CI/CD stuff, which I don't feel is all that interesting, especially after the fact. So probably won't do that. In terms of video games, I mean, Spider-Man 2 just came out on PC, and while it's been fluctuating in terms of its stability in performance, I mean, I've put 4 hours into it on the first day, and it was a lot of fun. So I think I'm gonna do my own personal playthrough of that first, and then do a series on that afterwards, because I always go back and I 100% these games. So I did the first two, and the first one I've got 70 hours in. So yeah, I'd like to do that. Friends and I plan on playing a lot of Civilization 7 when it comes out. Obviously that's towards the middle of next month of February of 2025, whenever anybody's watching this. And I don't really have a schedule for any of these things. Like, I just kind of my girlfriend lives about 20-25 minutes away from me, so when I go over to her place, I bring a laptop and we just hang out. So there's not a whole lot of recording that I would do there, or any at all. And dev work would be pretty minimal, so I prioritize that time first. So anything that would come from recording, it'll be relatively sporadic as usual. But yeah, that's sort of where I've been, and where I want to go, at least for the first few months of this year. In all that time, I'll still be looking for new work, unless my YouTube situation pops off and I can make something more of this. But I'm a happy developer. I'm somebody who just loves doing the work, and so whatever context that's in, I'm just eager to keep working and bring that sort of skill set to anybody that wants it or finds it interesting. So, landing in the blasted lands in 25 seconds. Thanks for listening to your taxi driver the whole time, but I know I'm not great with maintaining conversation, but hand this in, and then we get to Hearthback to Ironforge. That, or I'll probably take the boat from Booty Bay over. A few hand-ins. I did a Sunken Temple run last night with a really great group of people who were very kind and generous of inviting me and letting me get all my quests done. So that was great. I'll probably come back and then we get to take another flight. And yeah, so I'm currently under the weather as well. You can probably tell I'm always sniffly. I'm sure that's new to the time of the few years uploading any videos. You'll have heard it. But expect me to be muting my mic a lot, and these will go. These will be back into the hour-long formats, roughly, per episode. So that means probably be about 5 episodes per level, or 5 parts per level. So good 40 parts. Yeah, I'll be able to keep people interested during that time, and hopefully you can glean something from
Be careful.
watching me play Hunter, as if it's particularly interesting. Not really, but maybe. So first thing I want to do is head over to Tamaris and hand in Bungle and got a car, and then make my way over to Unguro. I have rested XP on, but I haven't been following it in these past few levels. I've mostly been using it as a rubric and then sticking to what I want to do. So I'll probably do as much of Unguro as I can. Head up to do Ashara and Felwood, and that should push me to. I mean, Unguro should probably push me to my level up, but yeah, I'll head over there, do those quests, and then once I hit 53, I'd like to try and get a Blackrock Depths group. However difficult that may be, I might be in queue for a while, but it would be good. I don't know why.
Well met.
It's pretty early in the morning, and it's a weekday. 4:20. Okay, yeah.
Go with honor, friend.
Well, it's a Friday, so, but it's Friday morning, so not it's not gonna be easy to find the best kind of group, especially if a lot of people are just looking for arena runs. We're kind of in the point, I think, during this is the anniversary server. I'm on Dream Scythe for anybody interested. I think we're kind of at the point where people that are or people that want to get level 60 are either level 60 or they're close. Um, and I think a lot of people that are still in the sort of lower levels are either the alts or they are potentially coming into it for the first time. I don't think a lot of people are returning players that are in the lower levels at this point. Um, but so this character is mainly TBC. I've been talking a lot, but uh, so this character is a TBC prep character. I don't particularly plan on using this character in classic raids. I don't run molten core, but I don't. I want to. I've never played a hunter in its entirety. Obviously, I did that like a few YouTube videos before on retail, but um, especially never played it on classic. So I would like to do that during TBC because marksman is pretty good, and I've always enjoyed the thought of playing marksman. So I think I want to give that a try in TBC anniversary realms. Um, Try and actually progress through a good amount of the content in the game. I mean, I've always loved the TBC dungeons, so not hard to find the interest in there. But I don't really know. I mean, me and my friend are leveling horde characters. Got an undead warrior that I'm leveling because I actually do enjoy um, tanking at the later stages of the game, but it's always hard to level a warrior solo. So I don't think I'm ever gonna commit to leveling a warrior solo. So I don't really know what my next class would be. Again, like I loved shaman when I played it during progression servers, but I can't do that yet because I'm an alliance player. So maybe I'll give druid a try here soon or something. Um, but yeah, I'll just mute because I'm getting stuffy again and finish the flight to Booty Bay. So I'm trying out a couple of new OBS settings. They've added the application audio, which I'm currently trying. So if you hear lo-fi music at any point, that's something interfering with the application audio. I think I have my mainstream muted, so it shouldn't be heard through there. What else? So I since those previous videos, I have came out pretty well. So I have upgraded my setup considerably, going from a 2070 to a 4070, from a what was my processor before? I don't think it was particularly very good, to a I think an i7 148K or something. I don't know. Whatever the 14th gen is, that and 32 gigs of mem, and 2 terabyte storage for actually being able to keep things for longer than 2 weeks. So because of I have a 1440p monitor now as well, so I'm not too sure how to handle downscaling to 1080p, or if I should just do native 1440. I don't know if people watch WoW Classic in 1440, but uh you know, I'll suffice to say, like, there's a lot of things that I'm still trying to work out, especially after coming back after a little while. But the plan is to go to from Booty Bay to Gadget, get a Ratchet, and then take another flight from Ratchet down to Tanaris, do the double hand in, then head to Unguro to finish up the files. I was doing them, and then I got pulled into the Sunken Temple. So finish that up. We'll do whatever this quest is. Do the Mitrodons and the Pterodactyls. Do the roll the bones. Do I guess the food stuff and alien ecology. I think we'll see, and the pylons, and that'll probably get me a level up after the hand-ins in Tanaris. Ever since November, sort of last year, maybe more December, when working on Virtual Visions, I have stopped to take in more vistas in games, and to seriously uh, take in, like, the beauty of video games. You know, before Spider-Man, the first one on PC, I really didn't use photo tools before. I think I used it. I think I used Genshin's once, uh, and for any Steam photos and stuff, I would just F12 whatever I thought was interesting, or whatever felt like, needed a photo at that point. Plus, there was a lot of, like, bugs that would happen to me in games like Counter Strike and um, stuff like that. But I've since sort of needing to delve into what content can look like from different perspectives of, like, people taking photos in different games, and like, supporting that. I've, like, spent a lot of time focusing on new sort of environments, and or not new, but ones that I didn't really consider before, and ways to look at them. And I think is incredibly fascinating. I've never sort of stopped and stared at um, the sunrise in World of Warcraft, or um, my most recent one was a photo of Wailing Caverns that I thought was just absolutely gorgeous, and I couldn't believe that, in the time that I've played since maybe 2006, between 2006 and 2008, I've never gone into the entrance of Wailing Caverns before, until Anniversary Service, and I just thought, this is immaculate for 2004. Like, I don't know how. I mean, part of it obviously is due to newer lighting systems and ray trace shadows and stuff that obviously were not a thing back then. But I just thought like, wow, like this is gorgeous. Like I don't know how people could miss out on these kinds of things, including myself, for so long. This person is so decked out. Holy. I lied. It's just Dread Whiskey. One Dread Whiskey. I thought they had multiple pieces. Yeah, so my gear, it's okay. Like it's fine. A lot of it is like either quest gear or Moradon gear, especially. ZF quest gear, Broken Temple quest gear, Moradon quest gear. Like a lot of it's just dungeon quest gear. Some really good pieces. Like I'm really lucky on the ring, the need roll on my first ever princess run. So I felt good. I was the only hunter in the group, and so I had the opportunity to take any bows or pieces of gear that people don't really need. I've noticed that with a pawn installed, as plenty of people have, because despite playing for so many years, I would still consider myself pretty casual. Um, I'm not really good about comparing gears like pieces, um, but I've noticed that pawn overvalues, it seems like, intelligence a lot. So a lot of gear that shows up that's like int based ends up being supposedly better than what I currently have. So I had this helmet on for a while because it has no agi, it has no like attack power or anything, but int was just so high that um, pawn valued the crit from spells more than it did any amount of agi, which I feel like it's just wrong. But I finally get to swap that out with a Sunken Temple piece, which felt good because I think I won the helmet on a greed roll, anyways.
Money, friend.
But if I had taken that away from another player, a druid or well, maybe I did need it. I can't remember because my group is pretty cloth heavy. I had a priest and a mage in it, and then a warrior and a rogue and myself. So I might have needed on it, but if I had taken it away from a druid or a holy paladin or something, it would have felt awful. Just because Pawn said that the intellect was so valuable, and I just went along with it. Um, I would like to. I would like to maybe push for pre-bis items based on a list. The ring is such a huge, like, you know, such a massive step forward with that. And obviously, there's tons of gear in Blackrock Depths and Lower Blackrock that I feel like it shouldn't be too difficult to push for. And some of the stuff is purchased or craftable. The Devil Sword gear, um, and a lot of this kind of reminds me as well to my one last plug that look like the I mean it's spell hit, it's chance to hit on these, but it's 18 int and it's values it so heavily. Like a thrown weapon, like how am I going to use a thrown weapon? Um, can I even use a thrown weapon as a hunter? Like I don't even. It seems so wrong. But a couple things to do with WoW. I don't remember if I previously tried to work on an auction house thing. Uh, I plan on doing it again if I did before, and if not, then I'm gonna be making a site that uses auction house data, very similar to add-ons in game, where you can view stats on items on the auction house, quantity of listings, minimum price, all that stuff. Um, Unfortunately, the Blizzard hasn't updated their APIs for the anniversary servers for live data, for dynamic data. So I've gone through Trade Skill Master. I've currently got a Cloudflare bot set up, collecting the data every 4 hours and then storing it to then aggregate it over a 7-day period to be able to show the history of these items. And I'm currently experimenting with that. And I also have a Discord bot. And if anyone's interested, you can message me about, and I can send you a link or anything. Basically, it's an item bot for World of Warcraft Classic that allows you to search for an item in Discord. You can search any search term, and it'll pull up a list of the items with either that name or those characters in that way. So if I searched, if I searched a random item, let's say I searched Gilded, it would show up with everything to do with Gilded, not just Gilded Gauntlets. But I could also search specifically for Gilded Gauntlets, and then you choose it from a drop down, and then the bot will give you a summary of that item, and it'll link off to Wowhead and eventually my site to show you potential auction house data if there is any. But yeah, I kind of like doing. I'm interested in doing like a suite of projects that sort of interlink with each other. I mean, I put all this effort into like this Elden Ring project that is pulling data from an outdated API because Vextra Life sucks, but I couldn't think of a way to use it in multiple contexts, and maybe I was reuse the design in the front end from different wikis, and or open source it to allow anybody to hook up their own wiki to then display their own items and whatever. But it's a very difficult thing to do, especially when every API is so different. I mean, if I did a Breath of the Wild web, if you tried to put the Breath of the Wild API that somebody has, you're not going to get intelligence and stamina or agility and stuff on these weapons like how you would with Elden Ring. So to bash out, but
Do I have a deal for you? Keep
so
it real. Be good.
I'm just kind of rambling at this point.
Have a good one.
But I'd like to do that sort of suite of WoW things. Sort of open source it for anybody interested in
Talk to me. Keep it real.
either improving on it or using it for yourself. But yeah. I'm heading off to Steamweedle to hand in the car quest. It's a fun dungeon, especially when you don't get lost. You have a good group that is pretty navigable, and we sort of pieced together like different, what we knew from the dungeon to be able to get through it. That intro is just so difficult, but thankfully we had a guy who knew how to navigate it, but then he didn't know how to the order of the statues, so we sort of worked together on that. And then once we got to the lower level, it's pretty easy, or upper level, I guess. It's just a circle, but it was my first time doing it on a real classic run in a long time. I never did it during progression, and I didn't do it during Season of Discovery, so it was not a dungeon I was familiar with at all, apart from the big room and what I've done of it on retail. But retail is so much different by comparison, with Maul being such a problem with mind control and stuff that we just melted him. Like, it was insane. But it was a great group. It was a lot of fun. Hand this in and then fly on.
Hey there.
Well, I don't
See ya later.
need any of these pieces of gear. They're not good. I'll just take whatever sells for the
Talkie-talkie.
most. It's 8k. So much. 56k left. I'll fly to Nguro. I need to get the quests anyways. Rishi Queen Brain. I was gonna say, presumably it's this. I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was. I'm excited to do some quests in Winter Spring. I just like the snowy zones just in general, so I'm just excited to do that just at all. But it's fun coming back to you know, the simple portion of Western Plaguelands. I hated doing Hellstone Fields. Getting the quest in the house done is awful. But I love the zone. I think the vibe of the zone is surprisingly like calm. Obviously not when you're in the stuffed up city in Anderhall. I was gonna say Anderhall, but I wasn't confident. But I think the rest of the zone is generally really like it's such an interesting, like almost calm vibe, but so much like you know of the scourge going around and stuff. It's a fun zone to be in. Excited to go back to. It will be a lot of fun. I'm actually somebody who does enjoy Eastern Plaguelands. I don't know if that's a hot take or not.
What can I do for you?
But of
See you soon.
places that I would rather quest, I mean, I'd much rather quest in Eastern Plaguelands than Felwood. I'm very much pushing off doing the further corruption and stuff because I just hate the zone. We all have zones like that you know other people tolerate for the XP, whereas you love them, and you know they're such a iconic piece of your leveling experience. You know, to me, that's Stranglethorn. I hate Stranglethorn. I really do, but I know a lot of people love it. I know it's a very divisive zone in terms of PvP and everything, but I'm on the PvE server, so I'm not too worried about that. But I hate this zone so much, and I know people that love going to it just because of all the kill quests and you know feeling like they're making progress. Versus, I love. I also hate Darkshore as well. But, I love Unguro. Like it's. I mean, and that's not a hot take. I really like Tanaris as well in terms of questing. It's totally dead in terms of style, but it's kind of the point. Is that it's an overtaken zone. You know, learn later why and everything. But, you know, I'm a pretty simple person. You know that the four piece of Elwyn Westfall, Duskwood, and Redridge are iconic to me. You know, I don't particularly care for the wetlands. I love questing in the Highlands as much as I dislike the quests to do there. It's one of my favorite zones to be in, though. Tears Fall's gorgeous, or yeah, Tears Fall and Silverpenner, gorgeous. Yeah, I don't really know what to do during those flight paths. I feel like I'm just kind of rambling for the sake of rambling. Pick up these quests.
You need something?
I mean, might as well
See
do
you
alien
around.
ecology. I have
See
to
you later.
go that direction anyways.
How are you? Have a good one. See you
Where
around.
is this going to be located?
Hello. See you later.
Is that where I pick it up and this is where I drop it on? That's the research equipment.
Yo!
Old bones.
Right back.
Classic quest. Again, it just values int so highly. I would say they're generally better though.
Glad I could help.
It's killing a bunch of dinosaurs, probably devil swords around here. The lower level ones. And then the pylons. That'll hopefully get me to my level up. Such a fun cave. And this is where it's like, I don't know whether...
Good day to you. Off and away. Very good. Be seeing you.
I don't remember whether they had this kind of glow, or if this is from modern lighting and sort of the newer stuff that they put into progression and anniversary. But it's just such a like a I don't know, something so simple about it. There's a bunch of crystals lighting up the dark. Like it's very 2004. I remember I would have friends who would, in elementary school, who would miss out on days
What's up?
because
Hurry back.
they would stay up all night, late night, given that we were in grade 6 and 7 and 8, you know, we were 12, 13.
Welcome.
14 years old.
Safe travels.
They'd stay up incredibly late, and oh, I think I need to turn that down a little bit. I need to turn it down on my end. It's loud. They would stay up super late, as in like late at the time would have been 11 p.m. and midnight, and well, not 11 p.m. More like midnight and 12:30, 1 in the morning, and they would miss out on the day, the next day, because teacher would question where they were, and it turns out they'd be they were playing WoW all night or RuneScape. At the time, it would regular RuneScape, but now it's old OSRS. And I just think, like, how often does that happen today? Where, I don't have any buffs on at all. I don't know anybody who is actively missing work or school or anything because they stayed up too late playing, a game that they could get so sucked into that they wouldn't want to go to school the next day or go to do their daily life the next day, because a game just became so enveloped in it. I think that coming back, I have definitely felt that, where I've just kind of pushed a lot of things to the side to just say, okay, well, I'm this close to 60 in anniversary. I'm gonna push for a level today, and that's all I'm gonna do, and it's gonna take me 4 or 5 hours, and I'm gonna love every second of it. And it's an interesting experience. I feel like the music that I'm listening to in the background is making me talk a lot more. I know you can't hear it, obviously, but it's definitely helping me with expressing these things. But yeah, so I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna kill stuff for a while. Kill lots of kill and collect quests. Hopefully the drop rates are kind to me. I haven't gone back and trained my pet levels. I need to buy some drink at some point too. So I don't have level 50 taunt yet. And I'm also not willing to swap out my pet until I have the opportunity to get the Blood X work for his Howl from Lower Blackrock, just because the time commitment between swapping pets has just been so much that I'd rather just stick with the one I've had from Duskwood until I can get Blood X work. I'm excited to get Fury's Howl. Guys also doing tar quests for some money. Unless they're just running around. I think once I'm maxed out, I'm gonna go back and do my professions. I want to actively try and craft the Devil Sword gear. I don't often do that in WoW. I don't really craft my own gear at any points. I did for Wrath of the Lich King. I helped out a friend with getting his tank gear. And that was a lot of fun to do, and I remember doing it. And, I want to sort of get that again. Crafting up the Devil Sword gear, providing any crafting ability to anybody who would want it. And especially for TBC, I don't actually know if there's a lot of good craftable nail gear and leather gear. If there is, I think getting through the mundaneness, albeit fun, stuff of Hellfire and Blade's Edge skinning really add to my experience there. So I turned in the 5 Ungrow soil earlier, so that's why that's naturally from killing enemies. But I think I'm gonna stick to just doing one quest at a time actively in here. because there's so much going on in the zone. I need to compete for tags at the moment, which is fine. Like I noticed a lot especially in this bracket, a lot of Horde players, surprisingly. And obviously because well, you know what? Actually, not obviously, because I did a lot of questing through Ashen Vale and Stone Talon and stuff. I really didn't encounter a lot of Horde players, which definitely like. Well, you could have that one. Okay. Thanks. Seeing a lot of Horde players in this bracket has like changed up how I need to play. You know, Panaris especially was such a massive Horde zone that it was hard to get a lot done. So I changed up when I was going to be there, and you know how I was actively seeking out tags. I didn't do a couple of quests because of it. I remember when I was killing all the pirates, there was a 2 full-size group of Horde players there, and I just thought there's no world I can go for these map shards or map fragments, because there's just I'm barely getting enough tags for you know, doing the quest there at all. The hats took so long as it was. I was like, the amount of Horde players I couldn't bother. So but it's nice. I would say that the Mega server has allowed for more community and feeling like it's, you know, a larger world than, you know, a retail or, you know, I went back to Sod and Cata Classic for a little bit this week, and my God, it feels so empty compared to anniversary servers just because of how spread out the population is. It's been nice to see people, see more of an active server, but it does get a little annoying when there's so many people taking your tags and everything. You get past it. One of the things that I like doing in terms of content is kind of bouncing off what other people have to say, and you know, if anybody wants to give tales or stories or questions or anything, you know, oh my God, this is an awful disease. This is horrible. I like to engage with other people, you know, heavily. I feel like I always have a lot to say at any given point, and I would say probably 35 to 45% of it is just complete rambling and not nonsensical, but it's not necessary, you know, topics and engagement, but it's still fun for me. So I'm hopeful that when coming back and hopefully building a larger audience, I can get, you know, some comments from people and asking questions and wanting to talk about things, and you know, actively going to be a part of you know, bring people into being a part of what I want to do. I think from just this video alone, maybe you can already tell that I kind of go forever. Not that it's healthy or a good baby habit to have, but so yeah, so that's not me trying to reach out and say I need you to comment and subscribe. You know, I don't subscribe to like anybody, but if you find when I'm talking about interesting, or want to ask questions or follow along in terms of gameplay, like, you know, definitely like engage in some way, whatever you feel like is best. And if you don't want it, that's great too. Like, I'm just You know, I want you to. If you didn't like how much I talked in this video, well, that's fine. Feel free to um, express that in any way that you need to, and I'm not going to be upset if you stop watching after this point, or if you stopped watching 10 minutes in, or you came back and left me auto playing or whatever. I'm not, you know, I want people to just have fun, and if this can even provide background noise for somebody or some form of relaxation, like that's great. You know, I don't know a lot of people. Or I don't know a lot of people. But
I'm out of room.
I know. I watch a lot of like Chris Ramsey videos. There's this he opens puzzles and stuff. Oh my god, that thing is just gliding over here. He opens puzzles and on YouTube and stuff. He's got millions of subs and everything. But you know, I watch him partly because his content's interesting, but mostly because it's relaxing to me to just zone out to listening to like the sounds of his puzzles and you know, something to put on in the background as like a I can come back to the set in a second and find not again find some amount of interest just coming in and seeing how he solves something or just the way that he speaks and stuff. Can this guy get off me? Oh god. So maybe, you know, this type of video is like that for you, or maybe you didn't know if it was until now, or I would just be happy to be a part of providing, you know, some amount of relaxation or enjoyment throughout somebody's day. A 5 or 12, these shot rates have not been great, and then getting Z'd. But say the more kills, the closer I get to leveling up. How's the Blackrock Depths Q looking? Lots of damage. Probably later runs. So I had to look up, and I had to do this for Mardon as well, what different runs entailed. So if you're new to World of Warcraft or Classic or Anniversary at all, AA is, I think, Anger Fortune Arena. I don't know what HR is. I don't know what SCG is. Presumably those are bosses. No, never mind. I have no idea what that means. Hard reserve on something, probably. I don't know what Hodge is. Oh, is that... That must be an item from... I see people saying Hodge runs. Is it Thars? Is it Tharsan weapon? What is Hodge? Because I know it as... Hand of Justice from TFT, so... I don't know if it's the same in here. Maybe it's a... HOJ. Getting a little distracted, but presumably it's a drop. Elfhorn Hammer Plan. I would have thought it would have been a drop off him, but I have no idea what Hodge is. Anyways, AA is I think it's Angerforge Arena, and people do Princess runs, which is doing trying to get to the last boss, and then not killing the princess that's at the end, because the fight consists of two enemies, Dagger and Tharasan, and his wife, Moira Bronzebeard. And if you don't kill her, you're meant to kill her in the fight. Meant to is a term, but you more than often kill her because she is a nuisance, and if she's alive, the longer she's alive, I think Tharasan gets stronger. Something like that. Maybe she's a one-shot mechanic, I can't remember. But if you keep her alive and you kill Tharasan, then you get a quest and you get extra gear. I think. Or is it you kill her first? I can't. No, I think you have to keep her alive. I can't remember, honestly. But there's princess runs. There's just Tharasan runs. There's another type of run, but I'm looking to do arena. So I SGC is the that's the item that I am looking for, which is Savage Gladiator Chain. Which I'm not the kind of person to hard reserve things if there's multiple people in a group, and I started it, then need the piece, then we'll all roll for need on it. But I'm looking to do a good amount of the dungeon at least. I don't want to do target runs or anything like that until I would feel like I need to. But yeah, I think a lot of people can get kind of lost in the terminology of these games, especially when they haven't played them before and they have no idea what these abbreviations mean, what SGC is, what AA is, what I die because Wolf is not taking it. Oh, I don't have taunt on. I totally forgot. Okay. Turned it off during Sunken Temple last night. Yeah, I have a friend who's playing a Horde character. He's brand new to World of Warcraft. Like, this is his first experience. He had wanted to play back in 2019, but I don't really know what happened. Probably just life, or just lost the desire to do it. And then as progression continued, it was hard to jump into it. And Season of Mastery didn't have enough interest for newer players, so there was no reason for him to do that. And then Season of Discovery rolled around, and he was very intrigued. But I think I told him to wait until a better moment, because you'd be jumping in at a point where most of the people that would be starting Season of Discovery are returning players trying to play the new stuff, and so it'd be hard. You'd have to learn both the old systems and whatever they chose to do for Assad. So I'm gonna wait when I was here, but I'm rambling. Anyways, we're gonna go do Shadowfang Keep, and we'd done a Ragefire Chasm, and we'd done Wailing Caverns and stuff, and the amount of abbreviations for him are, they're not overwhelming, but it's like, when you see something in chat that just says LFG or LFM, SFK, G2G, it's like, the average player, like, what is that going to mean to them? They have no idea what those characters mean. And, that's in parents chat or general chat or whatever, and it's like, how do you, as a new player, try and understand what that means? You're looking at, you download these add-ons that your friend tells you to download, or you look at this gear and it's like, oh my god, these people, you inspect somebody and it's like, oh my god, they have this really good gear, and you ask them where it's from and they say, oh, it's SFK. It's like, what's that? It's, like, it's hard as a new player to jump in alone, where you kind of need a guide for this current era of playing especially if you don't really think that retail is your kind of game. Like, we had a lot of people jump in classic progression. You know, again, my friend had never played. A different friend never played classic. He played retail, but it wasn't for him. And he found a lot of interest in classic, but he was nervous about the community being so you know, just full of veterans and stuff. But the thing that drew him in was the fact that Blizzard was trying out the fresh servers for that were dedicated to new players, which they have retail servers like that and stuff, but they've never really done before. Where you know, you could sign up to be a guide for players, and you know, it was the community played more of an active role in trying to get people hooked into the game, and that was such a big draw for him was being able to hook in without feeling like he had, you know, missed decades of experience. And I think that that was such a good idea, and really showed me that, like, you know, because I had played Wrath, and it was one of the more earlier expansions that I was familiar with. Like, it was easy for me to pick up on things again and you know, repace myself. Whereas for him, it was like he's learning all these things brand new, and he wants to do raiding, and he wants to get into these things, and it's like having that guide of somebody who knows what they need, you know, what they're doing, but can also be patient for new players, so important. So if you're new and you're wanting to get into World of Warcraft, my advice, for Classic at least, is to yeah, play with somebody you know who has played the game before, or go back and watch some of the videos that I've done. You know, they're no commentary, but I think I have some Classic videos up. I can't remember. And while there may not be much, you know, it's a starting point of learning how to route yourself and comparing gear and but I would say for sure, like, play with somebody who is patient and knows what they're doing, because then you wouldn't have to potentially have to whisper people who you don't know what the response might be, or if you won't even get a response back, or people who maybe are entitled's the wrong word, but have been playing for so long that they only want to play with, you know, they're like gatekeeping the higher tiers of the game, which in reality is not that high of a tier. But you know, becoming a little bit elitist about things, and so I would say play with somebody you know. Coming up onto that hour mark, I think I want to complete this quest. It's been like 30 minutes spending on just killing Tar Beast. Drops have been pretty unlucky. I've gotten a lot of XP from and then I will start up a new video right after this and hit up the remaining quests. I think I probably spent about 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, 2 minutes not talking, 10 minutes of travel time. We're like 15, so the next one should get a lot done. But yeah, coming back has been interesting. It was kind of a struggle to get my setup back on Streamlabs, especially, but you know, I was able to get it all set up and trying out the new. I think a big thing that is brought me back is to wanting to do it again is the application audio, because I was never, as much as I have technical expertise in web development and code and stuff like that, I remember struggling to set up a virtual cable. So, you know, to split audio, and I really like listening to things while I play and zoning out, and I could never really do that unless I passed audio through my mic, which is a regular Blue Yeti Blackout. So, but then the audio quality would be so different when I listen back to it. I just didn't like it. So now, hopefully, with the isolated audio for games, that I'm able to play the way I normally play and provide a, an interesting level of commentary to the videos. Probably the next episode will be a lot less ambly. A lot of it is nerves from coming back and being the first time I think I've uploaded a video like this with talking directly to an audience. Because even with like Stardew and stuff, I just sort of focused on the game. But we'll try this out. Oh, and if there's any feedback that anybody can give, please don't be afraid. I love taking criticism and using it to further enhance the things I do. I'm used to it. I've taken harsh criticism for my work and stuff, so I have no problem with that. And one thing that I actually want to focus on is my thumbnails, because I really liked the thumbnail style that I had before, but I don't know that it resonates very well with continuously doing different parts to different things and like segmenting things in a way that people might want to actually watch. If somebody's more interested in me questing in Unguro than doing a Blackrock Depths run, then maybe I should make a thumbnail that's relevant to that episode rather than having a reusable one that I could just replace the text on. But yeah, just let me know in any context, and I'll be happy to take any criticism or feedback. One left. A lot of kills. A lot of kills. Maybe gained like 10k XP off of just killing these guys. So, been cool. Another thing is, if you'd like music, just let me know and I will absolutely turn it on. I really like when streams and videos sort of, if it's a video game related one and I'm not watching particularly for the story of the game or to fully envelop in it, if it's like TFT gameplay or something like this, it's like long form, the music to me is so irrelevant because I'm gonna put on my own anyways. It's or I'm just not gonna notice it because I'll be doing something else. But if it's something you want, whether it's the music from the game or I'm gonna add in background music and post, like it'll be lo-fi music, but because that's the kind of music that I like. But just let me know and I'll turn it on or I'll put it in for sure. Like, no problems with that. Oops. Okay. Hopefully one of these 5 guys gives me the drop that I'm looking for. Yeah. That's when it's closer. Alright. Oh yeah, a peace bloom. I didn't realize you could get peace blooms from these guys. That seems incredibly irrelevant at this level. Aggro. Mana definitely makes this a lot slower. I'm surprised by how few arrows I have used, though. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, I think for the next one, I will do the pylons and the web deck stuff. I'll try and get all of them done, but the pylons are the primary focus. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully, you've enjoyed. Didn't mind me rambling. If you do mind me rambling, just let me know, and I will we'll pull it back a little bit. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and just keep doing what you're doing. I'll see you in the next one.